Fancy, thank you guys so much. Yeah, we're ready to go up here. I'll tell you what, I mean, we may not be right there in the venue, but we can feel the energy circulating around the Boulevard all the way across the scene as we're getting ready to go for our Hossie at Hardpoint.
Oh, we're a building along and a box along, and I feel the vibrations. I'm ready to get into this one. This should be a super exciting game between these two teams. I think, you know, both of them are in that position for a reason. Their group is a difficult one, no doubt. But now heading into this, are they going to be able to step their game up and find a way through this group? This first game is that first step.
Absolutely the case. And again, it's just across the board when you look at Falcons. We talked about their hardpoint record. It's been bad, to put it plainly. But it's just the fact that they're not rotating well, they're not holding well, they're not breaking well. Nothing is going right for them. So now you got a chance to find a chance to get into the mix, take down a challenger team that's at a vulnerable point in their roster with no excuses. You've got two world champions, and you've got an opportunity to really step things up and pop off here on the main stage in front of your crowd. Let's get things going. We got Team Falcons, Team WaR. Let's get it on.
Really interested to see how Xnet is going to perform. I think, you know, it's realistic. You have to sort of say there is an expectation level from that crowd. And he's going to have to bring his A game because I mean, Team WaR yesterday, as mentioned, they took the first map up against Boston in that hardpoint. After that, things didn't go too hot, yes, but they more than have the ability to find something here up against the CDL squad in Team Falcons.
See what we get. Opening not terrible here for Team WaR, able to find a little bit of time on the open fountain. Backup is provided, and now it's just down to the rest of Falcons coming off of a very bad spawn by Boathouse. Trying to get some damage done, and how about it? TJ, nice little double, opens up the hard point. Unfriendly name to have something over the top, and an opportunity to kind of get across the map here, but Team WaR have backed off with 8 seconds remaining, just trying to play for the P2 setup.
Hard to find that kill of Curiosities. Gets a little bit of good timing on Assault. Oh, they finds the head of Niam as well. Great shots coming in from Arcides, and the break should now be there. The spawns will flip. Nice play from Falcons.
Way too easy right there for Falcons. I mean, if you're looking at that from Team WaR's perspective,
yeah.
You backed off 15 seconds ago, barely even found a kill off the power positions that you're able to hold on to. TJ pushing up, dealt with by Big Snade. Difficult gunfight for Xnet. Didn't like the look of that through the rafters, so we'll step away, head over to the hard point. Real able to get back in for Team WaR. Looking for two, but no. Xnet able to shut that down. Now help is on the way with the quick spawns. Damage in. TJ able to try to follow up, not able to get bold, but has a chance to get forward, and then will eventually find the final kill. So good moment here for Falcons with 20 seconds remaining.
Nice and steady from Falcons once they found a way through, but I agree with you for Team WaR, that was far too easy. Folded like a wet paper bag over towards Garage. You cannot be doing that. You're going to have to take your opportunities, and P2 was one of them. You're not going to get it. Big scoring points coming in from Falcons there. As we now head over towards P3, we're over towards the fences. It's a bit of a 50-50.
And I was about to say, it doesn't just feel like it was too easy for Falcons. It's just the tempo that you're starting to see from the SMGs. Yeah, I think all of us wanted that one from DJ. But Pred, TJ, and now Xnet swapping back and forth between both weapons, getting the job done immediately from 2 to 3, and Team WaR is just, they are not looking good right now.
Now they're a bit all over the place. Pred now 8 and 2, starting to warm up. The third was on the chopping block, does not find it. Falcons maybe came in cold in the very first hill, but since then, you are right, far too easy.
Yeah, it's just, we're not shooting back right now after Team WaR. TJ's feeling like he can challenge everything. Pred feels like a god on the map, I'm sure, and if I'll tell you, TJ spins and finds that kill, yeah, you may as well just start talking about map number 2. Pred still on 5 in a row, halfway towards the Hellstorm, and just dancing outside the hard point, playing off the information, now has the AR in hand. Think giving a bit of a workout, but let Xnet take care of it at full HP, and there's just not a kill to speak of for Team WaR.
That was nice. They managed to actually dip and dive and bait for each other to get that initial control. They need a good hill hold somewhere down this line. Things are not clicking right now for Team WaR, but they do have control over towards the P4 side. The side now of Falcons, though, can you pick your way through? Red looking for that player that is lingering in off the spawn, but here he comes from the side, though. Can he find anything? No. 3 kills. And a very, very decent hold from Team WaR.
Yeah,
points on the line.
Needed this badly. So nice moment from Real, former pro player. Been sitting in challengers now for quite some time. Throwing his weight around just a touch as Niam, one of the more promising young guns in the challengers, has been kind of stuck playing with a couple of mixed match rosters throughout the challengers year to this point, but had really impressed us in day number 1 here at EWC. Big following up off his own damage, does get traded, Assault falls, and that's going to be enough for Arcides and the rest of Team Falcons to push through, but Real shuts down the play. 5 in a row for him with 1 more in front, waiting for the regen. Good play, and Real will have a 6 in a row.
Oh, well, you have the fault as well. TJ is going to find the kill. 2 seconds to play for, so not a great deal lost there from the side of Team WaR. And that's the hill they needed. We said it. You need to see a very good hold somewhere along the line. Falcons are running away with it, but now they put themselves well, truly back in contention. I think up top here, just trying to get something going over towards P1. You can already see Pred trying to make the move.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a wake-up, bit of a spark right there from 2Real. Has Team WaR just about 30 seconds down. 2Real almost able to snap up towards Arcides, but Pred combining with him will find 3 of the 4. Oh, as I say, Assault, it looks like he's going to get caught throwing nades, but able to get a little bit of help from 2Real. And an opportunity here for the rest of Team WaR to try to work their way through open hall and find a way over back towards Fountain, or just to play for the P2 rotation.
Yeah, it looked as if they were going to find the push through water, but they just went straight through the middle of the map. Xnit's caught unawares, and all of a sudden, the numbers are here for Team WaR. They lose a bit of time over towards P1, but these are good kills to find. P2 now very much in their hands, but it was last time, Alan, they lost it very quick.
Yeah, this is a big moment right here for Team WaR. They do shut down Pred, finding 3 in a row, but the spawns will still be out for Team WaR. Nice shots from Assault. Trying to get arena where the rest of this Falcons squad is, and they just don't read it at all. The player on the back was never there. The spawns were not anticipated, and Team Falcons able to take benefit of that.
Yeah, the spawns have been there for Falcons for quite some time as well. You would have thought communication would come through. He's on your right-hand side. They're pushing up the driveway. That has resulted now in Team Falcons in complete control of P2 again. Things are looking bleak for Team WaR now. That one decent hold is not going to nearly be enough.
No, especially with 30 seconds of the fight, and it's getting picked apart. Not able to get a proper setup as Team WaR, and this is not what you want to see. You've got a player already on rotation to new. So we're really not even giving this an effort, and that's going to mean that Team Falcons will be around the 170 mark, if not higher than that, if they get the rotation quickly over to 3 like they had last time.
Pred sitting at 19 and 6.
I'm telling you.
Guys, absolutely terrorizing Team WaR. DJ starting to make some moves here as well, but Team Falcons got to go through a setup that Team WaR have been constructing for some time. So they need to make sure they make it count. TJ can't find his way through. 2Real will find one. Xnit is there for the trade. Falcons here in numbers.
But against another setup for Team WaR. You rotated 30 seconds ago, and you've already lost spawns. So now you have to hold from inside the hardpoint. Team Falcons are going to have the numbers to get back to fight this 4v3 a little bit sooner. And with the Hellstorm in, that's going to be an immediate break, plus a slice from Arcides, 4 in a row. Almost gets the gun up in time to find 2Real as well. But that's just another moment where Team WaR just look completely out of sorts.
Have not been able to get anything going. It's been far too easy for Falcons. Xnit on a 3 sprint, trying to stay alive over towards the fence's side. But right now, Team WaR are flapping to try and find a way back into this game. It is far too easy. And for Pred, he's like, yeah, you remember I'm a world champion, no problem. So easy right now for Falcons. 5-3 for Xnit, 5-3 for Pred. This time they're the first ones over towards this rock hill. This is the only time that WaR really got on that first rotation. Eventually get themselves in. They didn't need a full 60 here.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit of a self-nade coming through to get the double off the initial battle for the hard point. Follow-up from 2Real is decent. Pred gets pushed back, but still on 6 in a row. Eventually shut down, and yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, what, 50 of the seconds so far that Team WaR have earned have come by way of P4. The other bit of it came from P1. Like, they just have found a lot of success on this rock hill, and they need it bad.
It is sort of keeping them in the game, though, isn't it?
It is.
It's not necessarily that it's out the realm of possibility, especially you pick up this next 25. And just at, what, 50 behind? Doable. Very doable. It's one good P2 hold. They've actually put themselves in positions to be able to actually do something good at P2 and have not executed well enough. Okay, they find a great amount of time there. Falcons not able to find any kind of inroads. Team WaR, if you can bring this over towards P2, we got a tag.
It's the same stories that we talked about with Vault, though, yesterday with Boston. It's like you can't just win this map by doing well on P4. You have to win a P2 or a P3. And so far, in the couple of instances where Team WaR have defaulted for playing for early rotations, they have not held their setup. So lots of curiosity and concern, especially with Falcons already over the 200-point mark, earning a lot of time on P1.
And that's the thing, when you get into a third rotation, P1 starts to become a lot more important.
Yeah, it does.
Right? You can start to get yourself a little bit of a hold. You chip away at those points, any point past 200. Feels like a couple. Now for the side of Team WaR, trying to find a way back through, but this is a bit easy right now for Falcons. They've been soaking time, hand over fist. Still inside of the point, still getting time at P1. That's like 20, 30 seconds so far.
Yeah, and now you have to rotate and play through old if your team WaR has to fight the WaR on two fronts, and Pred snap it, 27-10. Holy, how about that as Team Falcons looking to, again, just play this from leader's advantage. Still soaking time, still putting pressure on Tanu, and these long routes from Team WaR would have been great if it was the second set of hills, but we're at the end of the game. We got to go quick.
We got to try and make them move. They lose the spawn fight. Xnid will find 2Real. Over towards this side, though. Can they manage to find a way through? A couple of kills are going their way. A 2, 3, 4, and rising for Team Falcons if they can get themselves inside the point, but Team WaR still just about holding on.
Yeah, just from the front, though, because, again, Falcons able to establish control of the spawns. DJ off the regen, waiting for help, gets the contest, doesn't predict the correct corner, but the follow-up is there. Assault, 2Real, trying to keep themselves alive, but the break has come through. One more hit, it's from the side door. Arcity is good for the opener. Doesn't expect the quick exchange, though, with 2Real in the mix. Still winnable, though, from Team Falcons as they find their break.
Managed to find a breakthrough, but Pred has managed to get rid of one of his teammates. Killing everything he possibly can on the map, but they are 10 seconds away now. One final push from Team WaR.
Xnid, does he do it himself? Almost. Arcity's looking to go for the 1v2 just to possibly put this game out of reach, but no. It will be one last lifeline for Team WaR. Problem is, the spawns have flipped again, and now they got to make the long journey over defenses.
Yeah, it's always that tough battle uphill towards the latter stages of a hardpoint. If you find yourself, what, 70, 80 behind, and the opposition are only 10 away, it's a small amount of scrap time. That's all they need. You have to break through the setup.
Oh, and they have.
Coming through.
And they've also gotten at least one player to spawn up from behind, but no. Going to be taken down. Exit trying to watch the corner. Quick trade from Bink, but the last couple of seconds surely going to come through for Team Falcons, and yes, it will. P2, P3, the linchpin for success as Falcons fly away with map number 1.
Good performance from Falcons. A shake of the head from Clay. But is that a shake of the head at the opposition? That is the first win on Hardpoint in 16 maps for Falcons.
Yeesh. And it's just one of those matchups again. Like, I hate to just kind of go back to what we said at the very beginning, but you know Pred is looking at Neum, Assault, 2Real, and Beacon saying, yo, bet. Like,
chatting his teeth out.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Wow, I heard that through your microphone. But, I mean, that's just, again, you get fuel from Pred immediately. And it's just a different level of ball game. We're playing a different level of Call of Duty right now if you're Pred against these guys. And he tees off right behind him, though, the whole way as TJ setting the tone, setting the pace. And then Arcity's and Xnid just casually doing the dirty jork, just rotating, finding the hill time, letting the SMGs fry. That's a hell of an opener.
Clay appreciating what he's seeing from Falcons. And they need to bring their A game continuously here. I think a good start to their day is imperative, to be honest with you. They will be coming into this absolute favorites. Yes, we do know that. But a good result here, as in a convincing win,
yeah,
is important, I think. I think they need a little bit of momentum behind them today.
Yeah, absolutely the case. I mean, it's going to be a long path. And I think the thing about it, you know, is zooming out a little bit from this particular matchup, you know, you look at a Boston team that's waiting for the winner of these two squads, and Boston should be feeling just as confident based on their recent third-place finish. Obviously, they fall a little bit short versus Movie Star Koi, but I think they look at themselves in terms of how do we match up against a Falcons or a WaR. They should be feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Like, there's a lot of potential fuel in this fan base for this Falcons team to continue through not just this matchup, but extend the energy into a pivotal one versus Boston, pending they win here.
I think something, and maybe I'm looking far too far in the future, but I think if you look at the matchup, if we do get it, the Search and Destroy is going to be massive. Obviously, Boston have been struggling there. That's something for Falcons to potentially have a look at. Well, I mean, look, that's a bit further down the road, but a potential matchup if they can get past Team WaR.
I think the thing, too, is, you know, talking about the Search and Destroy now as we obviously put that into immediate focus, it's been where Vegas has been the best over the year. I mean, a couple of wins here and there throughout, even a couple of decent squads. But you look at the map set for this particular best of 5, we've got a dealership coming up next, which is, you know, a map that obviously very recently added to the pool. To be fair, Falcons have played it quite a bit. I think the thing about it is, regardless of your rehearsal reps, where you've had success versus failures as Falcons, you're playing up against a team that had to make last-minute substitutions. And when that happens, usually the Search and Destroy playbook is very thin.
Yeah, I would imagine it is. These players on the opposite side, those do still have plenty of experience. You know, we're talking about the world champion and Pred. world champion behind them in Clayster. Arcity's a world champion himself. On the other side, we got Assault. I remember. I was there. It happened. The guy was incredible that tournament. That was a long time ago.
It was a long...
I'm feeling
6 years ago, bro.
Is it that long ago?
2018. 7 years ago?
Might be 7.
Oh
it is 7.
my God.
It is 2025. We are in our 30s.
Oh no. Let's not talk about that anymore. I mean, it's just been interesting, taking a look at the history and the competitive career of an Adam Assault. Because, again, you're right, like world champion MVP from that tournament. But since that point, largely been quiet. And in and out of challengers, But here we go. Right on into round number 1 of the dealership. And quick pace and tempo being established by Falcons as TJ gets a pretty decent look here at Team WaR over towards the B entrance, Pred on the crossfire. And Team WaR need to make a decision if we're really going to commit through this double SMG setup or not.
They really still want to. There's no pressure coming in over towards the safe side, but you've got to back up. Like, I mean, immediately, you've got the information, and you still try to play with fire. They will now back up, and now in a 3v4 scenario. Team Falcons smell blood in the water.
RCD's a little bit of trouble getting into the vent. Finds a couple of toe tags, also confirms the information that the rotation to A is underway. Long flank on the way to Real, get a chase behind it, but shut down by Pred. And there's just no help here from Bake. He's trying to get back around the corner, and he's being hunted.
I was a bit confused at what the plan was there with the bomb for 2Real, right? I mean,
no clue.
You got Arcity's over towards the backside. You got somebody watching the flank. I'm not quite sure what the plan was, but Exnid will foil any further plan you would imagine that Team WaR had in this round. Assault left in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, and he's stuck. Does have the bomb to play with, but not a lot of time to make a plant happen. So he's going to commit to A. He's going to have to go quickly. TJ in his way. Likely to be the first and maybe even last line of defense that's needed, and that's indeed the case. Yeah, it's just quick tempo, quick pace. Both SMGs for Falcons arguing with Team WaR right at the front of the archways. And Team WaR, are we going? Are we not going? What are we doing? Then Exnid rotates over, easy first blood.
Again, it's just the moment where 2Real moves there for me. I'm not too sure why. I felt like, not necessarily established control at A, but somewhat, right? You had some bodies in and around it. You had some Arcity's over towards the backside, watching the push. I think at that moment, you are in a 3 versus 4, get that bomb down and fight that pressure to come through.
See what the offensive play is going to look like for Falcons. Trophy system earned, quick play through mid. Again, it's a deep play through mid, and WaR have no eyes on this whatsoever. Yeah, this is just an SMG heaven right now. Falcons just no respect. That's play 1 of the playbook. That's the we're better than you, let's run them down, and it works.
Fish in a barrel over towards B.
For real.
That's literally how it does get. I mean, they just run through, and there's nobody challenging that mid. I mean, realistically speaking, there was 3 of them there. It would have been tough on your own anyway. But you find a pick, and then almost you have that information. But they weren't really there to find information or a pick at all. Just no presence in the middle of the map. You've got to have something there, just purely for information. Even if you find a trade, like that's okay. Right. But like, just no presence whatsoever. Right, they're cheesing. This is easy.
And that's just one of those setups. If you're going to throw 3 members on defense to B, even if you get your nades countered by a trophy, that should be enough information to say somebody's there. But awareness was not fully in play in terms of the speed that Falcons were playing at. And now Exnid, eyes over the top of the B site. Again, look at the position that TJ's in, already playing in towards the den. Counter nade to come through as Exnid does get tagged, has to back away and call for a little bit of help.
It's like a bit of a bait with A now on the cards. Arcity's will be calling that out, and Falcons will swoop in. Right, nice and close. Keeping them at bay, but only momentarily. He's going for the check. Arcity's over towards this backside. Pretty easy. Delete 2Real far too quickly. Given the threat of the vent there, he's going to come into this one late. TJ is there to pinch in the other side. Maybe a bit overzealous for Pred, but that's how he's feeling right now.
Yeah, that's a heat check. Yeah. Without question. TJ in the corner, no problems there. And it's just all bases covered right now for Team Falcons. And another approach where I get it, like 2Real's right on top of the bomb site. He's worried about the player deep in the site, but no one's watching us cross towards garage. That's just, again, it's just too simple right now for Falcons.
I wonder if it's Team WaR, because, I mean, yesterday, they did struggle up against Boston, but they took that number 1. They looked like they had some plays in them.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this main stage is maybe just a little bit too bright of a light right now.
Yeah, and here's a look at it. Pred just a little peek up, sees that 2Real's worried about the AR deep. Yeah, I'll take that fight every day. I mean, we're talking about 3 total kills so far for Team WaR. They just have not shown us signs of life at all.
Yeah, I have. I'll see, okay?
Excellent, getting excited. Enjoying the crowd. Baying his every move right now. And every move just seems to turn to gold for Team Falcons 3-0 up. As mentioned, S&D has been solid for them, but that is really showing here now. Team WaR, kind of at blood. So these will get taken down. The child over towards A is well met. And aggressive though, and TJ trying to get up somehow. Nearly did. Pickup comes through, Turiel will find it 4 versus 2 now.
Yeah, I like this change of tempo from Team WaR. We're getting caught trying to play this methodical style of Surge. Let's just hit him with something in the first 15 seconds and hit it hard. See if we can just win some gunfights, give ourselves a number advantage. Now it's just about setting yourselves up in a 3v2 after a 4v2. That should be very comfortable for a win. Bomb collected, Xnid gets away, if only barely. No chase down from Bink as Team WaR will back off and just play their numbers.
He's waiting for Pred to do something here. Did they hear that? They wouldn't have. Pred now in a position, if he has an Hammers there, could wreak havoc. But he would have got the information on the players crossing. Xnid is patient, that bomb will go down.
This is winnable. A lot of nades had been tossed in that first scuffle for Team WaR trying to get forward. Xnid exits through the vent. Long route from Pred. It's a double flank like you call. Turiel on the other side, but this is perfect. Xnid gets eyes on one, pops the door, no one there, but Pred falls on the flank. And now it's just down to the 1v3. Time starting to dwindle, but Xnid cannot find Turiel in time to make anything of it. And Team WaR will get their first search round.
Yeah, decent effort there from Falcons, I want to say, to be honest with you, considering the situation. It was a 2 versus 4 initially. Team WaR, really nice retake. I think, we've got to give them the credit where they deserve it. That was really nice.
And on top of that, just the opening set play of, let's not get mixed up this time. Let's just hit something with 3 players. Works out for a beautiful first blood and follow-up. So good stuff from Team WaR. And I will say, as much as I think I'll be just speaking to my own commentary, it's been a little critical of Team WaR. Falcons are playing well right now. They're taking the advantages that are being given to them. Is it enough to take down a top team? Hard to say, but in terms of what they're doing versus Team WaR, it's everything you want.
Falcons go for that mid-map control once more. Team WaR not playing that game. 3 in a row now for Turiel. Trophy's out, A-bomb, this could well go down. Falcons are ready to jump into action, and also with an RC being called in, this is a little bit of an awkward situation for WaR now. You are established, but you have to hold tight. Yeah, the thing was they used a lot of their nades to blow up the cars around them, so that RC is not going to chain a domino effect. TJ showing us a bit of a school lesson there in terms of some possible spam spots on the map, as the RC is still in play. Xnid trying to get a little bit further forward, sees information on Bink, but that's not enough to do much with, as Team WaR are going to make a late pivot back to B, and this is perfect for Falcons. Xnid says, I got you. They're going to triple stack the B site defensively. On their way over. A little bit of a posture from both these two teams. Turiel finds one. TJ will be there though to pick it up. Yeah. And gets taken down, but now they've reflipped themselves back over towards the A side. They waited for a blood to come their way. Re-establish control. Bomb will go down today. Yep, and there's that spam spot. You can see it kind of through the X-ray. Pred showing us something, but Turiel mid-map. Able to take him out of commission. TJ in some trouble, but whoa! Hell of a set of shots from TJ. So now 2v2 in the post play. 33 seconds on the clock, and it's going to be a full wrap from Falcons around the back. This would be back-to-back rounds for WaR if they can manage to get a hold of it. A huge moment and a hard retake here for the side of Falcons. TJ will show face. Did they know where Alcides is as well? The double flank might be what catches them off guard. Shots are good though. Assault has the ally of the clock on top of that. Plus he's got Bink behind. Arcides able to trade. But again, the clock is the biggest issue. Arcides has to push forward. Goes for the high ground. Does not work. The shutdown is there. It's back-to-back rounds for Team WaR. And that looked like an AR with an SMG in his hands, right? Doesn't it? That's a tough one. To try and jump over the top and find that pick with not a lot of time. Decent effort from Falcons to go for the retake, but I really like that. Team WaR were patient. I almost felt like they were about to fall into the trap over towards the B side, but they remain patient over towards A. Wait for the flank to come through. They find the pick and they very, very quickly pivot, and that's the typical thing. It's not so much the call of the play. It's making it happen fast when it needed to. Yeah, I agreed with you on that. All right, a little bit of momentum here for Team WaR. A lot of it coming from Turiel. Can they make it 3 in a row? Get this back to level footing. TJ making some noise here at A. Bomb not committed one side or the other, as Team WaR were more interested in finding early pressure through mid.
little bit of antics with the garage door for now between both squads, as now we start to get an intention that Falcons want to threaten the A site.
Ostering from both once again. Information is being gained from both these two squads, but the ones that, well, really have to do something with it is Falcons. And Big's playing his life well here, just throwing some shoulders, getting that information. Falcons need to understand what information they're giving and what they can do with that thought process. XNet found around through them. Assault does know what's going on here. We'll try to bat them back, but what much can you do? Info gained though for Team WaR. They know what's going on.
This is a bit concerning right now for Team WaR because you still have Neum way back in spawn. He doesn't actually get any tin control. So this retake has to come through mid-map, and it's just not finding any legs to get things going. That's just too simple. I mean, Assault sees everything you need to. Neum is still in no man's land. We got to come and help that play better.
I mean, they did the right thing. They remained patient, but maybe too patient towards the backside, right? I mean, you need the help. Assault seen them crossing over. And TJ finds that first pick, it's no big deal. But as soon as that bomb goes down over towards B, Assault is waiting, Neum is here, and he's the only one left. XNet finds it. Enjoying himself right now here in Riyadh. That's a nice one to steady the ship here for Falcons. Yeah. They get one back after 2 in a row for Team WaR. Firmly back in control.
And I think the thing that's really inspiring about that for Team Falcons, they had no ground to work with at any point of that offense till the last hit. Real showing a little bit of force over through mid. Nates pushes him off, and RCs will find first blood onto the bomb carrier. And now XNet likes to take an extra scale in towards this backside garage. Salt maybe has not seen that yet, but the potential for XNet to hit a quick pinch is well within the cards.
I like this from XNet though. He pushes up, doesn't get too aggressive. I think that's a play 6 months ago. He flies out the window and goes for it. Yeah. Neum's going to find Narcities though, and now XNet is well positioned to be able to stop anything through the middle of the map.
Yeah, he should have a freebie, whether it's on a play through mid or just if there's a read from TJ that there's a play towards A, who's also got a freebie in front of him if he plays this corner, you would think.
They're ready for it.
Yep. And so now it's XNet on the pinch, and can really Pred pull the focus and keep the attention on him, but no, Team WaR are going to take it around the world strat and make their way behind B. Pred will see this. And it's going to be, XNet chasing red dots here.
Pred can find one, that's massive, and does. Makes it a 2 versus 2. They tried to find the pick, they could not, but that bomb should go down, it needs to. Pred also on the flank here with nice. Good shots coming through. Is Pred there for the trade here and against Bink in a 1 versus 1. Doesn't read it. Oh, does he? My goodness. The snapper from Pred, and that's Falcons 1 round away from being 2-0 up.
I mean, when he gets that initial pot shot right there at Bink, I think he's thinking Bink's on the exit. Looked like Pred was going to be late to the gunfight, but turns back, finds Bink sliding into his line of sight, and the snap comes through for the 1v1 win. And the Falcons fans are loving it. But this initial play, again, you're thinking that, well, surely TJ gets one for free, but Team WaR do their diligence, check their corners. That's an impressive set of shots from XNet. And then, this little backup from Pred. Never misses a bullet as he stares down his culprit.
It was unfortunate there for Team WaR. They knew where Pred was, and I kind of like the setup, and it just feels as if there may be a second out with the double child that comes through. I think it was Neum put the shots over the top. Bink just a little late, but you can almost excuse them to a certain degree, but excuses ain't going to help you in this game right now.
Interesting call here from Falcons. TJ gets the read on 2Real's early pressure through A elbow. But Falcons just hold back. They don't show any force at B whatsoever. And now they may try to re-clear this. And they should know that this potential spot is in play. And they're going to see 2Real. No problems there. As soon as he gets forward, you have to check that corner. Well done. And now you have an opportunity to kind of play both sides of the map for Falcons.
He drew them away from B, and the free plan was there, but Falcons don't have the benefit of COD Castle like we do. Good shots coming out from Assault, and if you need them, heavy AR player who can do this all day long. Makes it a 3 versus 3. Bomb yet to go down. They really are threatening to do something, and I think Falcons maybe threatened a little bit too much as Team WaR can now position themselves and go hunting. And will go down there, the information is.
And now you just try to play up into Neum's position. Haven't had a chance to say Neum's name much yet.
Yeah.
And he is cornered with nowhere to go. Now you just turn your attention, the re-pinch on the way from Pred. It's a world champion play coming out from Pred, and he's going to clean things up around the bomb. Last one left, it's Assault. Nowhere to go. Falcons looking perfect.
The crowd getting exactly what they want. Their team currently cruising through to the next round. 2-0 up in this series. Team WaR have it all to do.
Well, good start for Falcons fans. We'll step away for a brief break. When we come back, it's Vault Control gracing our presence here in Riyadh. Don't go far. We got more Esports World Cup featuring Black Ops 6 right after this. Welcome back to the Esports World Cup featuring Call of Duty Black Ops 6 live from the SDC Arena. And whoa, we have got the Falcons here and ready to rumble. Up big against Team WaR in an elimination matchup. 2-0 to this point, and both maps handedly very convincing for the team in green. Shift with Ton. We got to start framing up. How does Team WaR get back into this series? Because they have not really shown us much to this point.
I mean, Falcons looking very comfortable in their secret labs right now. That's all I'm saying. It has been steady away. Very, very simple map number one for them. Never looked out of contention whatsoever. Map number 2. Fairly comfy, barring a small glimmer of hope for Team WaR, but for the most part, it's steady away for Falcons right now. It's the kind of game they would have wanted. We kind of talked about it at the top of the show. A nice win for them here. A confident 3-0. May well just put the wind in their sails, or underneath their wings may have been more convenient for the Falcons. But relevant to that, we're heading into Control. It hasn't necessarily been the best, of course, for Falcons, but they have managed to find some wins more recently.
Yeah, and I think in particular, it's largely come by way of either Vault or Hacienda, and we have Vault. So, you know, in terms of kind of setting up how do Falcons 3-0, you have the perfect map mode combination to do that. It's hard to, again, give evaluation to what to expect from Team WaR, not only because the film on them is limited, but also, again, because of the recency of them changing their roster, not with one, but 2 different new players that had to fill the spots of either a call-up or a, well, actually call-ups on both sides. So difficult pretense here in terms of what you're looking at for Team WaR to fight back into this series, but Vault is one of those maps that you find a string of momentum, it can give you that little bit of a boost to get back into a series.
Yeah, it's 1-4 dead can change a map, right? Very, very quickly. I mean, that's the case for all game modes, but especially when it does come down to Vault control. You find yourself 4 dead, you get a hold of B. You may well be playing sail into an attacking round, and from there, hey, I mean, I know as time has gone on, we're finding more attacking rounds. It's not quite February anymore.
Facts.
Oh, I remember many 3-2 in the first couple of months of the season.
It's always the way it goes with Control, though.
Oh, yes,
everyone has to take the time to figure that all out.
I mean,
how about the fan service from the Obs team? I see you.
You are so locked.
I see you.
Season.
Okay. Hey, there's a Falcons match. There's a Falcon on top of this building. Let's go hit that.
Oh.
Good cinematic framing out of the boys. Love you guys, Hot Hands Lounge. Quick play, though. How about this for an offensive look? Over towards B initially for Team WaR. Try to get frisky through the street, and so far, able to get a couple of kills, and, well, actually not finding kills yet. Now finally the first. Try to get the pressure on, but no, not going to work.
I think it's always sometimes, I mean, you see the start of those rounds, and it's always the easiest to open, right? If teams aren't set up, it's the quickest route. Get over towards B, the easiest one as well. Bear with us on the scoreboard side of things. We'll keep you up to date with how things are really going. Oh, if I speak.
What month? Secondary approach, though, for Team WaR after being stifled at B just continues to be headstrong towards playing over towards the street. And look at the rotation from Falcons saying, we know you guys are playing outside the map here. We'll just take over the middle, make sure you don't have a chance to rotate quickly to A, and then put the spawn trap back into place. So we're down to 30 seconds, 4 life advantage, and still Falcons in firm control.
Yeah, Team WaR really haven't had much to write home about. And that is the risk, though. As I said, it's one of those moments where the start of the round is sometimes the easiest way to get up towards B, but if it doesn't work and it goes bad, this kind of situation can kind of transpire. Xnid finding 2. Incredible work from him. And now one last roll of dice over towards B. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, that's one of the issues I always feel about with B breakoffs. If they don't work, you kind of have to abandon your entire setup towards the round and reset to try to get a late hit towards A, but just continual head bashing down B Street. Falcons say thank you for the free mid-map. Have an 8 life advantage. 0.8 on the clock is where it stops. And, well, you still have one alive on the point. Pred, easy snap, easy turn. Bink dealt with, and a quick round for Falcons defensively.
Steady away. And it's that double-edged sword, I suppose, with B. If you go and make that push, if it works out, yeah, fantastic, but it really can go catastrophically if it doesn't transpire, and, well, not a great deal has done, if anything, to Team WaR. Outside of a couple of rounds of search and destroy, that was some nice play, and a 60 hold at P4. What have we really had to write home about?
Yeah. And with the lifeline of Team WaR starting to extend, I think we should definitely give a little bit of a mention towards Niam. I know he really kind of stood out in terms of his potential yesterday. He kind of came up in the Modern Warfare 3 year with players like 04, and you saw him play and was like, whoa, this guy's got one of those POVs that feels a little bit different. This year's been a little bit odd. He hasn't really found the teammates that have the same kind of slaying presence, but he's hanging on for now, 5-5, but Falcons kind of hitting us with the same sort of a B setup, TJ, on the point as we head into a Bravia elicited with Team Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know if he's P2. I know, it's P2.
I'll see Freddy.
I'm playing for this P2.
Being my front.
Truck should grab for the negative again.
Hey,
R open, I'm living.
You top before.
shot, top fucking P4, and one bottom on.
One shot hit him again.
Bottom P4, bottom P4.
One still our money.
Get our money, assault. Kill the guy. Go pinch, quick, so.
One on, B3.
I'm pitching it.
Yeah.
Spawning guard, guys.
Money dead.
Spawning guard. They can't go.
Money again.
Alec has 3 traps.
I don't know where.
They're spawning guard.
I don't have anyone trap. Big top. Yo, thank that. He's top P4. He's jumping out left.
I might die.
He jumped out top cat.
Chase me, cat.
Watch his pitch. I'm gonna get gun fast. I'm getting gun fast. Missing a song.
One's a cat, baby.
Being on the left.
Involved thing, bro. He went pool.
One just shot cat.
Yo, I am perfect. I have front push.
One block to you.
There you go. I'm coming to you.
I'm pitching the lobby.
Yo,
Behind the guy.
Counter point. Alright, what's the point?
Out of bombs.
Assault, going con, guys.
Yeah, go.
Well, you hear the comms. Pred firing up just a touch in it as he's questioning some of the maybe gunfights he found himself in. But how about the cohesion for Falcons? Sounding really clean today.
Yeah, and something to really note with this whole coach coming in, being able to provide some assistance during the game. Who the hell would you want in there? I mean, you'd want Clayster, right? You can hear him in the background. He's calling out for the team. He's saying Alex got 3 trapped. Just relaying that information. If there's any team that benefits the most from that addition here at EWC, it's got to be Team Falcons.
Yeah. Well, here we go. 16 plays, 19 life advantage for Team WaR. And the clock that had been extended after the quick capture at A, down to about 60 seconds. Assault starting to heat up 4 in a row. Feeling this one, but Pred steps in, negates the 1v1, has Neum following up for the trade. And yeah, the life lead continues to grow for Team WaR, stepping up big here defensively.
Doing well, keeping them at bay. There has been threats from Falcons, of course, but push over towards B is a difficult one, and Neum is positioning himself extremely well. We'll have to do some decent work here, though. A couple of his teammates have dropped over towards this side.
No.
Oh, City's read it perfectly. And through the tree branches, we'll find the kill. There's another player on the flank, but you need to move fast.
Yeah, the player on the flank is Assault. That's the AR that you want in that position. Complete suffocation on the point, only gets the first tick done. 5 life edge for Team WaR, 33 seconds on the clock. Neum dealt with, there's 3 dead. Uh-oh, not what you want to see. Tyrell has to commit, and he has just not had a good map, and, well, goes to the dead fish position, eventually falls. Second tick is in, Stack is still here. Nades are landing, but they're not finding connections or damage. Neum needs a touch to contest. Does he get there in time? Maybe not. The kill comes through. TJ on the pinch, shuts down one, has eyes on another. Trades, though, decent for Team WaR. 7v5, and it's just down to what Exton and Pred can find, and they get the final 2 needed to stack and likely take the round as soon as they find the final kill, which they collect.
And I really like that from Falcons. They can see themselves in that position that they could probably just hold on the point and they might get a hold of it. But they know the pressure's coming through. They back into Vault to go again when the numbers are looking a little better. Find themselves 2-0 up in this series, 2-0 up in this control. Driving seat doesn't even say it right now for the side of Falcons.
Driving 110 on the Autobahn right now. They are cruising.
Hey, I've seen a couple 110s here in
true, different type of metric there, though. And look at Clay giving the gas. So 2-0 up. Team WaR backs against the wall. He potentially in crush territory here. Xnet, good first blood. Damage onto another on top of that, as Team WaR abandoned the B play, looking for the orthodoxical A breakoff, and that's not going to work. Exit wanted it all. Pred, TJ, they'll finish it off. And now you're just stretching to find some success anywhere on the map for Team WaR.
Yeah, Big doing well to get out over towards this B side, especially if you can get over to balcony building. TJ trying to stop something on the cross, not able to do so. Oh, and there we go. Potential, very much potential here for Team WaR. That should be B gone.
Yeah, well, at least part of it. You've got spawn traps in play here for Bink. The rest of the squad trying to stack up. 2 members at large. Bink diving out of the way. Tried to, again, just extend his life, make some more damage happen in the Falcon spawn. He's done well at that, shut down from the pistol, but you call it correctly there, Ton. It is an extra 60 seconds with the B zone gone and a quick backup to the A zone here.
TJ with a big kill there, though. He can now start to put some pressure in from the outside if he can find Assault. He does not. Red's going to stay alive here. How many times, though, have we seen as Pred will find those 2? He's got no right to do so. And Neum had to find that on the exit. But how many times have we seen teams go 2-0 up? It takes one good attack from Team WaR. You're over towards the defensive side to tie it at 2-2. It takes one good attacking round to put yourself well and truly back into the game here on Bolt.
Yeah, and that route from Pred also forces all of the Team WaR spawns out towards B Street. RC is getting a pretty solid look at that as Exnid just foaming at the mouth, waiting for a challenge over through connector. Gets bested as Bink was right there working with Assault from opposite angles, but Pred right back onto another route, playing off the flank. Arcides with an SMG in hand, gets caught, trying to jump over to contest the A point. Next, it also falls. So now it is just down to the Predator. 5 in a row for him, 18 and 11, but progress at A being made.
Felt like there just didn't need to be a chow there from Arcides. Team Falcons now have to find a way back through. Team WaR may well get themselves on the board.
Oh, well. Third tick being worked on. Neum by himself. The play from top balcony clears the zone, clears the point, and even depletes the last tick down to minimal terms. Now the spawn trap imminent as Arcides playing around the back, has help with Exnid, and this is where things start to get disastrous for Team WaR. 11 plays 10, clock around 60 seconds, and you're spawn trapped at the moment.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. Pool unlocking key, very much from TJ Halley. Push going to come over towards the balcony side. This is probably the last roll of the dice. Neum finding 2 there, though. May well break things open, but Arcides does the same on the backside. They have got themselves inside of A, though. Exnid needs to go.
Tries to jump on in for the contest. Can't find the kill. Is there a follow-up? No, there's not. And the double stack sneaking through the middle of the map. Able to get A zone captured, keeping Team WaR just barely alive.
It's a nice round from Team WaR. You get the opening break over towards the B side. Keep Team Falcons honest. From there, it's a war of attrition over towards there, right back.
Yeah, for real.
And it felt like Falcons really, though, did have themselves in a good spot, did keep them at bay. But it's Neum who finds 2, that breaks things open. They just hop on the point, and all of a sudden, Falcons are all scrambling.
They maybe just try to force the spawn trap a little bit too much there at the end. Hard to say. I mean, it's just like the way the kills come through for Team WaR, right to the middle, has both players on the outside. The spawn trap just so far out of the picture. Only 1 tick left, so 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Neum heating up 4 in a row. Trophy system, I don't think actually fully gets into play there for Team Falcons. Nade landed before it. Arcides is the only one to find a kill, but actually gets through the A point here. Hasn't seen any contact, and that's going to ring the alarm bells that there could be a flank under the way. Wow.
Shots from Arcides. So well to find that. Neum is there for the pickup, but Exit now. Welcome with the trophy.
Clean.
Finding some shots as well. Got a little bit of backup from his team first. Take over towards B coming in.
Fred making sure the flank stays safe. That's huge. And now you've got Exit playing forward. Has an AR though, and yeah, Bink just too quick with the pistol. Second tick still being toggled with the side of Team Falcons, and a nade actually lands onto Assault, leaving Bink as the last defender here to try to stop this second tick at B. TJ, difficult battle, but still able to take down Bink, locking in the tick of progress. Help now on the way for the pinch from Pred. Keeps Assault honest on the pinch. Through the middle of the map. Arcides, yep, right behind it. Make sure the flank stays safe. Nice shots onto Bink! Oh, and the transfer to Neum is perfect. Pistol out for TJ. 4 in a row. Give him the extra 60 seconds and a 3-life lead.
Arcides kind of lets one slip through the middle of the map, but then makes up for it. They're on B, they're stacking it, and this might be Falcons' game.
Arcides reads 1 on the flank. Not available for Team WaR. It has to be something from the front. Bink shut down as he tries to dive on in. Last tick of progress on the way. 3 dead, 2 real, last 1 left. Arcides gonna let him know about it. Eliminating Team WaR and getting a rise out of the Falcons crowd here in Riyadh.
They get the job done in front of the home crowd. And the roll from the Falcons will send them through to the next stage of group. And what can they do? Can they find a way through? A convincing performance is what they needed against WaR, and a convincing performance they got.
Love what I'm seeing across the board for Falcons today, too. Their match yesterday, tough one. Tough opener, to be sure. But a convincing 3-0 here with the home crowd behind them. Now getting ready with some time to prep up for a Boston team that, let's be honest, fell a little flat at the end of the day yesterday. Should be an interesting